Hi, my friend, it's Pat Sloan. Today is my day on the Sewcialites quilt along. So that is one thing we're going to be looking at. It is also Snapdragon Day. So we're going to be doing, you're going to do 2 more blocks. You got the next assignment and Norm's adventures. So Norm has been out there, Norm, Nanette, and Baby Bob. So I'm going to give you one of their, an update and show you where they have been. So all the fun. But let's first do the Sewcialites. So my block is the butterfly. Look. So I did the butterfly with my Promise Me fabric. So I used the black and the pink, and then I went into my stash and I found this stripe to do for the body. So I decided I would show you all 3 sizes here in my fabric line. So cute. I should do something special with them. Maybe a little wall hanging. Who knows? They're probably just going to go in the part center. But to be honest, right now, that's where they're going to go. But I do have some walkthrough about laying out this pattern to get the look that I have, so that you don't sort of twist things and get it out of order and have to redo anything. So I don't know how many of you are doing the tiny block. Look how precious they are, the 3-inch blocks. They're just so, look at them compared to the others. Look how tiny it is. They're so cute. Sometime it would be fun to do the whole quilt. Well, maybe not fun, but those are such small blocks. Anyway, I want to show you that I thought I did a little, I had to do this, film this part when I made the blocks and did photos to send to the Fat Quarter Shop in advance. And I thought I did a little intro part, but I can't find it. So you're going to get the detailed parts. And this is the intro to that. So let's go. You'll be sewing these 4 patches alternating. So you can see here, they are 2 different directions, right? So you've got pinks on the inside at the top and the bottom, and the black with the roses on the inside in the middle. Because otherwise you're going to lose the effect of the design. It won't be symmetrical if you made them all the same. So you make 2 one way and 2 the other. The pattern tells you that. Now from here, we are going to do sew and flips. So I will show you what it's going to look like. So you've got the out, you're just going to follow along what it says, and I'll just pin them here so you can see them in place. We have sew and flips on the outside. So there are the 2 outsides. And then there is the green, which is the alternate color for the middle. So whatever your kind of middle area is going to be. Because remember, the stripe will eventually be down here. It'll all be, there's other fabric that goes all around this. But just to give you the effect, here, let me just put it underneath. Just to give you the effect of it. So yeah, move it over. Here we go. So there we go. So there's the body. So now's the green. And then we have to have a deeper indent at the top. Otherwise, it's just a square. We're not making really pretty butterfly leaves. If we, butterfly wings, rather. Okay, there we go. So that is how the butterfly wing is going to come about. And you will repeat this for each of these. And what I do is just to keep it in place, and so that I don't get out of order, I just do 1 at a time, or I might do 2 alternating back and forth, but I will pin them all, pin them in place, and so that I'm sure that I don't get rotated or switched around and stick like the green one up here or over here by accident. Basically, you can remember the green is going to go on black. So as long as the green is on black and you haven't put this one on yet, you can keep track. But don't trim away the back until you lay them all out, all 4 of them, and be sure that you didn't do one of them wrong. Because if you've trimmed away the back, then you have to remake everything if you did it wrong. So don't do that. You can always unsew it. All right, I've also reduced my stitch length down just a little bit to a 2 on my Solaris, my Baby Lock Solaris. So you want to take a look at that on your machine as well. Maybe take it down a notch from your regular stitching, since these are small blocks. Okay, let me sew these up. Let me sew the wings up. I recommend that you go wing by wing, because the top wings have 2 small and a green one two small and a green one, and then they'll have a large block here and here. But the bottom two wings are different. You have one small white, one small green, and then you have that medium size and on either one, and then you will do the large afterwards. And so let me show you what happens here, because it gives you a little bit different butterfly wing shape to have the different sizes. But it's easy, you know, if you cut them properly, you don't have enough of the small ones. So you'll figure out pretty quickly that, you know, something's up. But there you go. So if I've got these right now, let me just stick something here. So now you can see that the wing is wider here at the top and kind of dips in for the bottom one. And then that way, we put him up here. So that way you get that, you know, it's not as symmetrical. It gives the bottom wings a little bit different shape than the top wings. But you've got to sort of be on your A game and really follow along exactly. Just follow the pattern and do exactly the wing that it's telling you and do exactly the sew and flips that it's telling you. And it is going to look, oops, let's put this last one down here so we can sort of mock up half of it here. And you can see what half of it, the butterfly will look like. There you go. So here is one side of it pinned all the way back. All right, I'm going to do all four wings now, finished out with this larger square and trimmed out, so then we can take a look. I really do love this pink and black together. It was just so fun to pull out those fabrics and use them. I went with the more tonal pink and then the little floral for the black one. And, oh yeah, I got the pops of green too. Got the pops of green in there. But on the baby one, you can barely see the green, right? But it's there, it's there. Now for the quilt that I'm doing with the fig tree fabrics, here is what I went with. The red, the blue, and the tan. So I have 6 of the blocks up here. Now you go to my website today, I've got a front-on picture so you can see them together. So I have got, well, we've got 7. So mine is block number 7. So they look so cute together. Now last time, was it last week? Yeah, when I did the blocks, I gave you a sneak peek of my fabrics I'm using for the layout. Now the Fat Quarter Shop has shown you the layout, so that's not a surprise. For those of us who are members of, you know, the designers in this, in the Sewcialites, we have all the patterns and the layout and everything so that we can work ahead and work it around our own schedules, because ours, some people have pretty hectic schedules. So I wanted to show you the layout in my fabric so you could start thinking about yours. The pattern for the layout of Sewcialites comes at the end. That's how the Fat Quarter Shop does all of their sew-alongs. The layout comes at the end. You get all the blocks, then you get the layout. That's how they do it. So you'll get it eventually. I just wanted to show you. So I know a few of you thought you missed something, but no, you didn't. And I probably won't put them up again with my layout for a while. You know, I'll let a bunch of them go through, and then maybe a little bit further into it, I might show the layout again. It takes a lot to put that up on the wall and then just take it right down again, you know, 10 minutes later. So you just get the blocks as we go along. All right, so I cannot wait to see your butterfly. So I hope that you make the butterfly even if you're not doing the whole sew along, even if you're not doing it all. Just make the big butterfly today and show it. You can make this into a little pillow. Wouldn't that be cute? You could do the tiny one and put a little border. It could be a little mug rug, or even this size could be a cute mug rug by itself. Just, yeah, that'd be fun. Just do that for me, because I would love to see all kinds of beautiful butterflies show up in our feed and our Facebook group, Quilt Along with Pat Sloan, over there. Yes. So, okay. Oh, speaking of the layout, see, here's the layout. You have that in the downloads that you did, you know, with the fabrics, so that you could put your fabric swatches if you wanted, or at least colored pens or something like that. This is all the sheet that you have. So you know what the layout is. Now we have the Snapdragon. So I will take these down and put up the Snapdragon blocks so we can see those together. So here's the Snapdragon pattern again, and we are using my sleepover fabric. I just checked, there are still about 20 kits left, so that's all. So if you are looking at this and you want a kit, Get on over there. So there's the layout, which we're doing across. So we're doing it in rows. This was last week when we did the kickoff, and if you missed that video, I will link it below because you can go and see the layout of the block. But this week we're doing 2 more blocks, so it's not that, it's very easy weeks. So here is the first one with the sleepover fabric, and it's got that beautiful pink, like almost looks like a little meadow of flowers, that particular one. I love it. And then let me just put that guy up there. So he will go, this is the top row. So now I definitely can sew the entire top row together, which I plan to do. So I will sew not only the top row, I will also do the border above it and below it. So that's done. And the ends. So I will do that whole section and be ready for the next border. So the other block we're doing is also pink. We're pink. And this one is the big daisies with the paisley behind it. So I just, this is one of my favorite prints in the line. I love it in all the colors because I just love that paisley back in there. And so this is the start of the second row. So there we go. Great big blocks. This is just such a happy quilt. It's such a happy quilt. It's always good to have happy things. I'm going to get rid of that board over there. All right, so that is your assignment. 2 blocks this week for sleepover. So now let's talk about Norm, Nanette, and Baby Bob. They have gone to visit, and they have been visiting. They left Melissa, our ambassador in Ohio, and they traveled to Texas. And in Texas, they have been with Gina Tell of the Graffiti Quilting. So my friend Gina, I asked her, would she want to host them? And she was like, yes. So they have been there. They have had Thanksgiving. They have been learning how to long arm. So let's just take a look at what Gina sent me.
I'm quilting something for the back quarter shop today, and I have some helpers. Aren't they cute? They're such good helpers.
Here they are. Norm, Nanette, and Baby Bob have gone off to visit Gina Tell at Thread Graffiti. Gina said that they had Thanksgiving together, and there you can see Gina with her son just hosting them for Thanksgiving. I'm sure this was a huge treat for them. She also took them out to a very chilly high school playoff football game, and I will say that these kids are just so... They look so excited to be hanging out with Norm, Nanette, and Baby Bob. And can you see Baby Bob has a new friend? There's a little kid that Baby Bob is playing with. So cute. And Gina told me that they were talking about possibly buying a lake house there if they get to stay in the U.S. a little bit longer. So fun. Now you want to head over to Gina's YouTube channel here and check out what she's doing. Remember, Gina does a lot more than just talk about her long arm things. She does tutorials for quilt patterns, for projects, inspiration. She is just amazing. And I don't know if you remember, just recently she did a project where she asked people to send her blocks, and then she put these 2 spectacular quilts together and auctioned them for fundraising for St. Jude's. So that was just an amazing thing. Okay, so you're going to visit Gina today. Now, I do have a Christmas quilt to show you today. So, you know, I have been quilting for, I figure, I don't know, 30-something years. And, you know, that means there are patterns I've made into quilts that don't exist anymore. And this is one of them that would be very hard for you probably to find this pattern. I have 2 full bookshelves of self-published patterns from primitive folk art quilters that I had bought when I first started quilting and into my business life. And a lot of those patterns, you know, they were, once the stock was sold, that's it. Those people didn't put them into PDFs or anything else. They were just done. So this quilt is in that category. Now, it's by Blackbird Designs, my friends Alma and Barb. Barb passed away about a year ago, so Alma is still running the company. If you're a cross stitcher, you know Barb and Alma because they are heavy into cross stitch. So they are cross stitch designers as well as quilt pattern and fabric designers for Moda. Now they don't do as much fabric anymore as they used to for Moda, but they did for a long time do a lot of fabric. And the pattern that I'm going to show you is from, where is the pattern? It was from a series of booklets. So there were 4 parts. So I have all 4 of them. And when you bought these, it was pricey. Way, way back, these were $12 booklets. And in order to do the main quilt, which is what I'm not showing you, I just did the smaller quilt, but I would love to do the main quilt. This is the main quilt, the big quilt that goes with it. And then they had lots of small projects. So they took the blocks from the main quilt and put them into smaller projects. So instead of just doing one book, they did these 4 booklets. And then each time, this is the quilt I made, I'm going to show you. And then each booklet, they show you different ways to use those applique designs. Whoops, there's my pattern pieces. Now, it would be very hard to find these. I mean, you might even own them already, but if you don't, good luck. eBay will be your friend, maybe Etsy, but I've not seen those patterns in forever. But this is my version of the smaller quilt from their book. And the little Santa hat and the stocking, little light bulb, chain of light bulbs, just everything. Was there a candy cane on there too? I can't remember now. I have to look. Yeah, the candy cane, just the little bell, everything about it is so charming. And I had such a fun time doing it. This quilt is needle turn applique. So back when I did a lot of needle turn applique, whoops, so you can see my handiwork there, and I quilted it myself. But I did a totally different color palette than the original quilt. And in some years I hang this one up. This year I did not hang it up, but I thought I wanted to show it to you. I also wanted to talk to you about the fact that if I'm going to show you things like this, and I'm going to tell you in the video, it's an old pattern, don't write me because I don't know where it is. You can't get it. If I know where you can get it, I will tell you. But if I don't know, writing me won't help me remember. But this one, I actually still had the pattern booklets. I went and looked and I'm like, oh, did I still keep those? And yes, I did, because there's very few of these self-published booklets that I have gotten rid of at this point because I love them so much. And there's just no way to get them again. Okay, my friend. Well, one tiny mail call. This is from Annette in Pennsylvania, and she sent me the most adorable mice. Look at this. Look at this. These were made by her mom, who is not with us anymore, but her mom made hundreds, she said, of these cute little mice. They have beautiful faces. Look at their face. The workmanship is amazing. There's little whiskers, so they have little whiskers on and cute little eyeballs, little grandma hats. Old-fashioned grandmas, because I know you new grandmas don't wear hats like that. But Annette, thank you so much. I will cherish them. They are darling. Today you're going to make my butterfly block from the Sewcialites, and I'm hoping if you're making the 3-inch one, share that. Share it, because I got to see. And you're going to make your Snapdragon blocks too if you're working on this project with me. And if you need the kit, get it soon, because once those kits are sold, they're done. Done. All right, my friend, I love you. Mwah. Thank you for being here in the Sloan Zone. I will see you online.